I'm Jen, and I live in Puerto Rico. Whether you're thinking about moving here or just planning on a visit, here are some weird and fun facts about the Isle of Enchantment. So many of these you may already know, but I still get asked about a ton of these on a pretty regular basis. So here we go. First of all, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, so Americans do not need a passport to come visit. It is literally like just going to another state, except you have to get here by boat or plane. You can't drive here. And since we're a U.S. territory, all Puerto Ricans are United States citizens since 1917. Americans are not expats here. Expat means expatriate. So that's literally when Americans leave American soil or American territories to live in a foreign country. This isn't a foreign country. It feels like a foreign country, but Puerto Rico is a United States territory. Most Puerto Rican residents do not pay federal income tax. There are some very specific scenarios, but for the most part, we don't pay federal income tax. We also have no representation in the United States Congress, and we cannot vote for the president, so don't blame us. Puerto Rico has 78 municipalities, and it's not just one island. Puerto Rico makes up the main island plus Vieques, Culebra, Culebrita, and then a series of cayos like Cayo Icacos, Cayo Diablo. Cayos are like the Florida Keys. They're the island keys, and we have them all along the northeast coast outside of Fajardo, the south, and all around the island. There are literally hundreds of islands in Puerto Rico. When you come to visit Puerto Rico, the first thing you'll notice is the primary language is Spanish. Most of the tourist areas, including Old San Juan, Rincon, Loquillo, there'll be a lot of areas where they're bilingual, but the primary language here is Spanish. And it is a very different dialect than the Spanish I grew up with from Mexico and Central and South America. So just be prepared. In Puerto Rico, most people have two last names. The first last name is the paternal last name, and the second last name is their maternal last name. So you'll have your father's father is your first last name, and your mother's father is your second last name. It's all very confusing. Just everybody has a lot of names here. And it's even more confusing for them when I only have one last name. But it's also common where husbands and wives don't have the same last names. Wives don't change their name for their husbands. They still keep their paternal last name and their maternal last name for their two last names. I get a lot of questions about people driving on the island, and it's an experience. It's an adventure in extreme driving here. We have a lot of toll roads, and the weird thing is our gas is dispensed in liters. So when you go and you look and you see a 70-cent gas price, that's per liter, not per gallon. And then our miles per hour are in miles per hour, but when you look at how far away something is, it's in kilometers. So we can't make up our mind if we want to do metric or American. We just kind of do both. One of the surprising things that I learned more than 6 months after actually moving here is the drinking age is 18, not 21 like in the United States. So you see a lot of young drinkers out at the bars, and it's totally normal and natural. They're 18, they're allowed in. There aren't a whole lot of fast food restaurants here. Sure, you see lots of Burger Kings. That's actually the joke. You always turn left at the Burger King. We have Burger Kings, McDonald's, Wendy's, but it's just not as common as you would see in the United States. We have a lot more mom and pop restaurants and the fast casual food trucks and kioscos rather than drive-through fast food. So one of my favorite fun facts about Puerto Rico is we're at the tip of the Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle starts at Bermuda, goes to Florida, and meets at the northeast tip of Puerto Rico. We also have the deepest trench in the Atlantic Ocean, the Puerto Rican Trench, which is in the Atlantic Ocean just north of the island. So Puerto Rico is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean on the north side and Caribbean Sea surrounding. The Puerto Rican Trench is the deepest in the Atlantic Ocean, and we get a lot of rough seas and kind of some rough weather out in that area. And an earthquake in the Puerto Rican Trench can cause some serious tsunamis out on the island, including the 1918 San Fermin earthquake that I talked about in my Mayaguez video. That earthquake resulted in a tsunami that destroyed a lot of Mayaguez, as well as the north and the northeast side of the island. So to recap, we have hurricanes, earthquakes, tsunamis, tropical storms, flash flooding, and really bad mosquitoes. But don't let the natural disasters scare you away. This is a beautiful island. One of the most unique things about Puerto Rico is we have the longest Christmas season in the world. Christmas starts really right around November 1st. You will see decorations going up before Halloween, but typically around November 1st is when the Christmas decorations are really out in full force. And it's pretty traditional for families to put their Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving. Christmas lasts all the way, not only through Christmas, but Three Kings Day in January, and the San Sebastian Festival in Old San Juan at the end of January. So Christmas decorations are up from November 1st till the end of January. It's not uncommon to see Christmas decorations being taken down early February. It's pretty nuts, but if you like Christmas, Puerto Rico is for you. Puerto Rico does not observe daylight savings time. We have plenty of sunshine. There's no need to change our clocks. So we are on Atlantic time. And in the summer, when the East Coast change their time, Atlantic and Eastern are on the same time zone. And then in the winter, Eastern changes their clocks an hour later, and we're an hour earlier. So Puerto Rico does not change our clocks, it's everybody else that does. So how'd you do? How many did you know? Which ones surprised you the most? Leave me a comment below of how you did, or if you have any other weird, wacky, fun facts about Puerto Rico that should be added. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos from Jen There, Done That.